John, so today we'll be starting the in vivo exposure.
Rightio.
Last session you constructed a hierarchy and you had about 20 items on that hierarchy and you rated each of them with a SUDS rating and you arranged them from least to most distressing.
Yep.
And we thought we'd start on the lowest item on the hierarchy, and you had nominated looking at a particular photo, and you'd given that a rating of about 40 out of 100.
That's right. That was a photo of a tractor.
And John, as you've noticed yourself, since the accident, there's a whole range of people and places and situations that you've been either avoiding or escaping from because they trigger memories of the accident or they trigger really strong physical reactions or emotions. So with the in vivo exposure, the goal is to start interrupting that avoidant coping. Does that make sense?
Yeah, mate. Yep, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, John. I can see. I think I can see a couple of photos over there.
Yeah. Well, you sent me off to take a photo or two, and I was aiming to go up and take a photo of that gateway, but I couldn't get up there. I couldn't get there, and so I took a photo of the tractor like you asked me, and but I also took a photo of the other gates where I should have gone through that day, and a fence that shows you what that little wire gate was like with all the grass and stuff growing up on it, and just another photo of the scrub, the same as the scrub was on the road there. I did take the tractor. I also took one of from a distance the back of the tractor, which is that's harder than this one, really. This is the side of the tractor, but the side of the tractor can't get you,
Absolutely, and in very specifically, we were looking for a task that was going to be about 40 out of 100. And so just rechecking, as you're looking at that photograph of the tractor from the side, what kind of SUDS rating would you give that now?
Look, it doesn't worry me so much. So, it's probably only around the 2 or 3, really, because it's stupid talking about a tractor getting at you or whatever, but there's no way a tractor can come at you sideways, right? So there's no kind of potential for it to hurt me.
Okay, so that's interesting because last week you kind of gave SUDS ratings based on not having actually having the photograph in front of you, but now the task that we had thought we'd start with today, looking at that particular photograph, is a little bit too low. You said about 20 to 30?
Well, yeah, I guess when we were doing that rating, I was just thinking of the whole thing, the whole tractor.
Yes, okay.
But given that I'd, took a couple of photos of the tractor, I realised it's not the side of the tractor that really bothers me, but it's that one there.
Right, so that photograph there,
yeah.
Looking at that, what SUDS rating would you give that?
Yeah, well, that's a good 4, that one.
Okay.
Especially from a distance, even,
Okay, so how do you feel about...
Like I couldn't go and stand there.
No, and that's not what we're doing now. Today is very much just focusing around starting the in vivo hierarchy, looking at this particular photo. So I'm quite comfortable with the idea that we change out the plan a little bit and go with looking at that photo that you've rated at about 40 out of 100. Is that okay with you? Because 40 is a good place to start.
Okay, yeah, well, that would be about 40, I guess, that one.
It allows for perhaps some increase in anxiety as you're going through, but it also gives you a good opportunity to actually physically feel the difference as that anxiety starts to habituate or reduce. So I think that's a good idea to shift out and focus on that photo.
Righto.
Yeah.
Righto.
Okay, John. So I'm going to take some notes as we go. Periodically, I'm going to ask you for your SUDS rating, and we'll probably do this for about 20 to 30 minutes.
Right.
But the SUDS rating will help us just kind of check to see how you're going, and we can finish at the point that your SUDS rating has come down by about half.
Right.
So do you want to turn the photo over, John?
Right. Okay.
And I'm not going to give you a lot of direction right now. I'm just going to ask you to look at the photo and just keep looking at the photo.
That's it.
Just, yep.
Right. Seems stupid, isn't it? Just looking at a photo, but yeah, just I've got to keep looking anyway. Right. Just has me straight back there, really.
What's the SUDS rating at the moment, John?
Well, they're probably gone up a little bit now. Yeah, it's probably, and I'm just looking at a photo, but it's probably just at the minute. Just sort of having to stay looking at it. It probably has gone up to about a 5, you know.
Okay.
So I have to keep looking.
And the SUDS rating, John?
Oh, well, I suppose, you know, it's marginally down from there, from where it was just a second ago, I suppose. It's probably, I don't know, suppose 4.5 now.
Could you just describe what you can see in that photo for me? Tell me out loud what you can see.
Well, it's the back of the old Chamberlain, and it's got the old earth moving tyres on it, and its tractor itself is kind of an old orangey sort of colour. I keep looking at the back of the seat, which is where I hit my head, and the tow bar rail, which is where I think first hit me when it hit me in the shins, and of course in the middle, right in the middle there is the power takeoff. If you look up, you see the clutch handle there. They've got a hand clutch on these old bells, and next to it's the gear stick in the middle there. You can see the top of the steering wheel, and right up the front you can see where the gauges are. A couple of the old gauges are not there anymore. Behind that's the shed and stuff. Yeah.
What's the SUDS rating at the moment, John?
Well, it's sort of gone up a bit again now. Because I keep just seeing myself there, you know. So it's back to 5 a bit now. Yeah, at the same time it seems silly to just keep looking at a picture, you know. Plus, it's a tad blurry because I haven't got my glasses on. I suppose I should have those
Would
on.
it be clearer? Would the image be clearer with the glasses on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Can I have a drink of water?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right. Whew. Okay. Definitely a 5 now.
Okay.
You can really see under those shadows now where the, where the power takeoff is. Don't know why there's no guard on that PDO. because you don't have OH&S out on the farm, you know, like, no one's going to know
No,
that.
no.
But be your own undoing. So in the back of the seat underneath is the old toolbox. That's where you keep a few things, and that's where I got the pliers out that day. And in fact, it's just the the toolbox is still open because I guess Ross must have brought the tractor back for me, and toolbox is still open from when I went to turn around and put the pliers back in it. Still now,
Yeah.
after all this time.
So what's that realisation done to the suds level?
Well, yeah, it's like the whole thing's frozen in time. It could have been yesterday. So I suppose it whacks it up a bit more, just for a minute. Yeah, you almost go up to a 6, just because you know I spent hours behind that bloody thing, and it's just this hard metal. Like I haven't been able to go near it for this period of time, and because it feels so dangerous, even though it's just sitting there like a bloody dead thing. Yeah.
What's the suds now, John?
Yeah, they come back a bit more of a 5 and 5 there, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it must have dropped a bit because I'm just wondering why there's a bit of wire there. Why would have put that there? I think it's to hold a seat, a bit of a seat cushion thing in there, or a bag or something. Yeah. I keep looking at that platform at the back there where my knees hit. So stupid.
Suds rating, John?
Well, it was starting to drop, and then I just had a thought about me being on the side a bit, and how one of my great fears during that whole time was that if somehow the gate did come open, I'd fall down this way, and that right hand tyre could go over my head. And that'd be the end of that. That's just a photo though, isn't it? It's just a photo.
Suds rating now?
It's probably about a 4.5 now.
Okay.
Maybe. Maybe coming back to a 4. Would have thought I'd be sitting here looking at a photo and finding that difficult. There's no way at the moment I could go and stand behind that tractor. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
What's the rating at the moment, John?
Oh, look. Might be coming off a bit, but still
Okay,
still around the 4 now yet, still, because you
Let's
just keep thinking about little things, you know.
let's just stay with it. What's the rating, John?
Yeah, oh, look, it's probably coming down to closer to maybe a 3 now. You know, you're starting to, well, one, remind myself it's just a photo, but then also you sort of try to tell yourself it's just a tractor. But it's what it reminds you of, you know.
Sure.
I haven't looked at this for a long time.
No. What's the rating now, John?
Oh, where did I say I was before?
30.
Yeah, 30. I might be even dropping a bit more, really, to be honest. As you know, you just remind yourself it's just a photo. You know, but 2 and like 27 or something, you know, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Just a photo?
Well, it's not quite just a photo, I guess, but I'm just thinking all those years of getting up and getting off that old tractor. It's never bothered me once, until it did.
Mm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Does that feel like an okay place to stop for now?
Yeah, well, it's gone off a bit more now. It's probably, 20, 23 or something. Getting down to the 20s there, low 20s now,
Great.
I suppose. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So started at the 40,
Yeah.
peaked around the 60
Yeah, it did actually.
and came down to around the 23.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's stop that for now.
Right.
John, how did you find that?
Well, you know, I didn't want to look at it, and but I was still surprised at how it went up when I started looking at it, because it just that was where I was the whole time, the back of that tractor, and so it just puts you back there, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
What did you notice about your anxiety?
Well, initially, it went up and then a bit, and then started to settle a bit. And well, then you asked me to tell you about details, and it went up again. And then eventually I put my glasses on and I could actually see the details. and then it went up again. And then after that, apart from that one moment there when I started to imagine dropping over and being crushed, it just sort of gradually get used to it, you know.
Great.
You know, you gradually get used to it, and then you are remind yourself as well, look, it's just a photo, John.
Yeah.
It's a bit ridiculous, but
Good.
I suppose you get used to it, you know, after a while.
We kind of wear it out.
Yeah, and you know, if I stayed with it much longer, I'd be, you know, you'd sort of get bored looking at the same thing.
Yeah. Well, that would be great. It's very hard to be really anxious about something whilst you're also bored.
Yeah,
with it.
well, I suppose it's the opposite, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. John, any doubts or what ifs about that process? Any question marks in your mind?
Well, no, it's just, okay, so now I feel like I can look at a photo, but it still seems a long way from actually getting on the back of that tractor.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's all right us doing that in here,
Yeah.
looking at a photo.
Yeah.
So in some ways, it's like, oh God, I've been reduced to that, have to look at a photo. But two, there's a bit of a kind of like, oh, how long is this going to take? Like, before I could actually work again, you know?
And look, and that's a really good almost segue into us having a conversation about homework and the things that you can do to keep momentum up with this process so that you can actually be reaching those goals. And in particular, I know we've spoken about you wanting to get back to work. You need to be able to do things around the farm.
Yeah.
That is the goal.
That's right.
So let's kind of leave that part of the session today behind.
Right.
Well done. Good job.
Thank you.
And let's now go into have a conversation about homework and what you can do between now and the next session.
All right, okay.
Okay.
Yep.